Well, I'm gonna tell you one reason. One reason why it affected me is because I was with him the day that he passed away, that morning,
Oh yeah.
and I almost jumped in the car with him.
Yo, what's going on, world? Dungee podcast, episode 6. I got my fam bam with me. One of my mentors, man. One of the reasons, man, I do this to a high level. I ain't even gonna lie. Give it up for my boy B-Jada, man. Jada Snacks, whatever you want to call him, man. Jimmy Alex. The list goes on. What's up, my brother?
What's going on with you, big dog?
Well, you know it's only right.
Yes, sir.
Dungee Podcast is always big on recognizing accomplishments, recognizing the body of work, and the amount of hours that were put into your craft, man. And so the Dungee Podcast is here to celebrate you. We're here to let you know, my man, that you are an East Palo Alto legend, man. I don't care what nobody says. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I be seeing some EPA lists and they leave my boy off that list, man. Something wrong with y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all got to do y'all research because if y'all don't know about B-Jada, then y'all sleeping on EPA, man. Come on now. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. If y'all put a list out there, y'all make sure to really do your homework, man, because ain't no way you leaving my guy out there. You know what I'm saying?
I got to be on the list. You feel me? In all humility and all humbleness, you know what I'm saying? I got to be on any list coming up out of East Palo Alto, but, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, man. So, we here again just to let you know, man. But just so y'all know, you're a rapper, engineer, producer. I mean, the man does it all. And he's got his own Snacks on Sports. So y'all make sure to check that out. Man of a lot of talents. And he's here today to share his story, share the journey, and let us know, man, what's really going down. So we're going to start off, man. I know you from the small town cemetery. Shout out to EPA. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Got mad love for my EPA people, man. Shout out to EPA. First EPA artist I bring in to the podcast. First of many. But I had to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get my guy. So, man, let's just talk about, man, growing up, man. In EPA, man, you know what I'm saying? Just how life was growing up, you know what I'm saying? When you was up there,
Man, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, and the 2000s too, you know what I'm saying? But a good portion, you know what I'm saying, the main portion of my childhood came in the 90s. The 90s was, the 90s was ill in many ways, bro. As far as growing up playing sports, you know what I'm saying, growing up having an affinity for music. East Palo Alto is a small city in the Bay Area, and in the early '90s, I mean, even before the early '90s, in the '80s into the '90s and the 2000s, we had a real ill reputation. But in particular, in the early '90s, you know what I'm saying, we was the murder capital. You know what I'm saying. Per capita, you know what I'm saying, because the city is so small, and so yeah, it was an ill time, you know what I'm saying, to grow up. But as kids, you know what I'm saying, growing up in an environment like that, you don't know no better, you know what I'm saying. I grew up seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of my homies grew up seeing much more than me. The good thing about me is I had a good family upbringing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my homies maybe didn't have it. So a lot of them did, but some of them didn't. So I was protected from a lot of stuff because of my family upbringing, mom, dad, grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Aunties, uncles, all that. But then once you step outside the house, you know what I'm saying, then I was exposed to everything that was going on out there. But I loved it. I loved where I'm from. I love where I'm from. I love the fact that I grew up in a city like that, because I feel like I grew up in the like the best of both worlds. So I'm from the hood, but then at the same time, our little city is surrounded by all these affluent areas. You know what I'm saying? Like Atherton, Menlo Park, the good side, the white side of Menlo Park. You know what I'm saying? You know, cities like that. Um, so I went to school with people that or at least when I got to high school, you know what I'm saying, I went to Menlo. That's one of the high schools I went to. But then we got exposed to, you know what I'm saying, growing up around kids that was a little bit more well off, you know what I'm saying. So and then also definitely playing basketball growing up too. I got exposed to not just like being in the hood, you know what I'm saying. We traveled a lot, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball and stuff like that. So um, yeah, that was my main thing, you know what I'm saying, growing up first. You know what I mean? I always had an affinity for music. I always had the talent for it, but I thought I was going to the league. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? I
okay.
thought I was going to the NBA.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned B.J. Armstrong. That's where you got the name from, right?
So
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you tell them how
facts,
you got that
facts.
name, B.J.? You know what
So
I'm saying?
so I grew up playing basketball for a guy by the name of Chris Bischoff. This dude right here, I gotta shout out Chris Bischoff. Chris Bischoff, um, he's the founder of Eastside College Preparatory High School that's in East Palo Alto.
Okay.
Um, and so he had a program called Shoot for the Stars. It was Shoot for the Stars program. And one of my best friends at the time, Michael Ellis, shout out my homie Michael Ellis. He locked up in Texas right now. You know what I'm saying? But shout out my homie Michael Ellis. He was my best friend at the time. And so because of him being my best friend, he started playing basketball. And he told me, he's like, hey, and at this time I'm talking, we like 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? So started playing basketball on the team, right? So then one of so then you get camaraderie with the rest of your, you know what I mean, teammates, stuff like that. So one of my homies on the team, twin, his name was Calvin Brown. You feel me? Shout out Calvin. You know what I'm saying? Calvin and Corey. You know what I'm saying? Calvin was the point guard for our team. He was like our starting point guard. And so everybody on our team had a favorite player. You know what I'm saying? And so my favorite player was, for whatever reason, it was B.J. Armstrong. If y'all don't know who B.J. Armstrong is, do your research on B.J. Armstrong. He was point guard for the Chicago Bulls. He was there for the first three championships, the first three-peat. You know what I'm saying? With Jordan, he was Michael Jordan's best friend on the team. Y'all do y'all research on B.J. Armstrong. But B.J. Armstrong was my favorite player. I modeled my game after him. You know what I'm saying? And my homie Calvin on the team, he just started calling me BJ. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my favorite player. You know what I'm saying? And it just stuck. So over the years, um, a lot of people didn't even know what my real name was, James. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew me as BJ. You know what I'm saying? So then fast forward to, after the basketball days and all that. Once I got into my early 20s, I was always still BJ, but BJ transformed into B-Jada. You know what I'm saying? And I got a shout out. There's gonna be a whole bunch of shout outs,
Oh
Phil.
yeah, y'all can stay tuned for that.
I got to shout out my good friend, rest in peace. It was one of the first deaths in my life, you know what I'm saying, as a young man at 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? My homie Miles Hartley, rest in peace to my homie Miles Hartley. Shout out Jay Juka, his brother. And but Miles Hartley, it was me, Miles, and and another one of my homies by the name of Kevin Fobbs. You feel me? Shout out Kevin Fobbs. And that was like the kind of like the first little rap group I was in. You know what I'm saying? At like what, 18, 19 years old, you know what I'm saying? And we had a song called Money Language. And one day we was riding around, and then my homie Miles was like, for my name being BJ, he was like, your name should be B-Jada. And I was like, B-Jada? You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, I don't like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my name at the time, my name was Tasmanian Devil. I was trying to call myself Tasmanian Devil. And then Yeah, and then so I want to say a few months. I don't know how many months later after that, but sometime around that time, whether it was 3, 4, maybe 6 months, definitely no more than a year. Then my nigga passed away in a car accident. You know what I'm saying? And so once he passed away, I was like, and then Brody believed in me all the, like, I mean, he used to come to the house when I first started. When we first started rapping, he was like, bro, you gonna make it, bro. Like you got that determination, you got the talent, you know what I'm saying? You gonna make it. So once he passed away, then I was like, oh, I definitely gotta keep the name now.
Man,
You know
that's
what I'm
beautiful,
saying?
bro. Damn, that's crazy, man. And just yeah, you said EPA, was murder cat, man.
Yeah.
So it must have been heavy, man. Dealing with, I'm sure at a young age you was dealing with a lot of loss, man. And um, so how'd you take that approach, man, of just dealing with like just losing them in general? Like I love the fact that you said that that kind of like was like, nah, now I got to keep it lit for him,
Yeah.
because I do feel like when you lose somebody, and they was like a big fan of you or they contributed to you, it's almost like you owe it to them to
Yeah.
like
No,
to
most
like
definitely.
do it.
Most
Like,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, growing up. But like I said, that was from my homies, from like homies I grew up with. That was, I want to say, like the first significant loss, and then after that,
Yeah,
a
just
lot of things
it
started.
started
A lot
started
of
popping
things
off.
happened from like gun violence. He didn't die. He didn't pass away from gun violence. But so when I was a kid growing up in the hood, so that was the older homies that was getting into a lot of that. So even though I was affected by a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, and I seen a lot of that stuff growing up, it wasn't really never none of my homies. You know what I'm
I see what
saying?
you mean. That was the first.
Yeah.
Got it,
So
man.
during the early 90s, during the murder capital days, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 10, 11, 12 years old. So all my homies, we not out there like that yet. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but just the city that I was from, all of the older homies, you know what I'm saying? They was the one that was getting caught. But when you're a kid, you still not emotionally attached to nothing like that yet. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But his death in particular, you know what I'm saying, affected me because, like I said, well, I'm gonna tell you one reason. One reason why it affected me is because I was with him the day that he passed away, that morning.
Oh yeah.
And I almost jumped in the car with him. Okay. Shout out my homie Freddie Kidd too. Now Freddie P. You know what I'm saying? He actually he was in the car with him. He survived it though. But that morning, this was the day after Christmas. So this was December 26, 2001. And so that morning I'm riding around, you know what I'm saying, in the rental, blowing, and I rode. I'm in a G in the garden. That's the section of East Palo Alto that I'm from. And so I ride past his street, which was Lotus Court. He was out there, you know what I'm saying? So I pull up on him, and he was working on his car. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, I got a little tree you want to blow. He was like, all right. He was like, yeah. He was like, give me a minute. I'm finna go in here and take a shower. You know what I'm saying? And then we could blow after I get out. But then before that, he was leaning in the hood of his car with his hood up. He was like, Jada, you hear that? And I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. You know, my dad's a mechanic. My dad know how to do all that, but I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm listening to it. I'm like, I don't hear nothing. But I'm saying after the situation happened, that kind of dawned on him because he was just listening to his car. He was like, you hear that? I was like, nah. So he was like, whatever. So he ended up going in the house, going to go take a shower, but he was taking hella long. So I blew half. You know what I'm saying? I blew half the stunt. And then I waited on him to get outside. He finally came outside. Right before we getting ready to blow, little Freddie Kidd, my little homie, started walk up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 4 years. Me and Miles is 4 years older than Fred. So we both 19. He 15. You know what I'm saying? So he was still like a kid at the time. So
Right.
once he walk up, he's showing us like, look at this George mom's got me for Christmas last night, whatever, right? So we chop it up. Fred jump in the car with Miles. So we parked on the court. My car is right here like this. Miles' car is like this. So they like, all right, Jay, we finna go get some tree. You want to ride with us? And I thought about it for like 5 seconds. I was like, nah, y'all go ahead. I'm good. I got this little half a blunt right here. You know what I'm saying? And then otherwise, I would have been in the car with him. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
so then they pulled off, and then my last vision of my nigga, because I was still sitting in the court right there. My last vision is of them bending that left. You know what I'm saying? Right. So this was early in the morning, bro. This is like probably like 9 in the morning. So and this is right when this is 2001. So this is right around the time when I'm starting to get serious about music. So I say that because after I left the court, I went to somewhere and I went to this music store in Palo Alto to go buy a little like a little mixing board. You know what I'm saying? I bought the mixing board, right? So as soon as I got back to the G, I'm passing by the G Market, and my homie Manny Fresh, I see him at the corner of Pogus and Camellia Drive. That's the street I grew up on, where we lived at. So, and he just got this look on his face, like, you know what I'm saying? And he just shaking his head. He like, damn, bro. I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? What happened? He was like, oh, you ain't heard? I was like, nah, what happened? He was like, Miles died, bro. I said, bro, I was just with Miles like 2-3 hours ago. Like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? And then I just remembered where he was like, nigga, Miles dead. And I was like, and so, and then I think I asked him, I can't remember if I asked him what happened or how. I think I asked him what happened. And he said he was in a car accident, you know what I mean? And then Fred was with him. They were saying Fred was on life support and all that, you know what I'm saying? And then I just remember, bro, from the G Market to my house, bro, it'll take you less than 30 seconds, bro, to drive. Probably like, it'll take you 15 seconds to drive from the G Market to my house. Nigga, that was the slowest ride from the G Market to my house, you know what I'm saying, like ever. Because I was just like, you gotta remember, I'm 19, bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the first significant, like I think I had probably like a grandfather that passed away or something, but like, this was like the first significant death, you know what I'm saying? So then I went in there, I told moms, I was like, moms, you gotta let me show a car, I gotta go to the hospital, I gotta go check on Fred, you know what I'm saying? Because they said he split his spleen, he was on life support and all that. But so your question was, how did his, so that just hit, that death affected me just because of the fact that you know what I mean, I was just with him that morning, you know what I'm saying? And that showed me right there how, that was like one of the first experiences that showed me how fragile life is, like,
Just
you know
like that, you can see someone 1 second and then they gone the next.
gone.
So you know what I mean.
So RP my homie Miles.
Yeah, man, that's real life stuff right there, man. Yeah, man, you got your loved ones out there, man. I'm telling you, man, just really, really cherish them, man, because we do this thing of taking life for granted, and it just doesn't do us any well, man. So like the most
We definitely take it for granted.
you know what I'm saying, and it's human nature. I'm not
Yeah.
perfect. I fuck up too.
Yep.
But this is a reminder for me as well that life is so fragile, like you say, and we just gotta cherish our loved ones, man, because it could just be taken that much and that quickly. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate, man. But you know, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying, for real. Now I want to talk about EPA rap, man, because EPA is one of those sections in the Bay Area that is well respected. I think every Bay Area legend knows where EPA is at, right? And I think there's a reason for it, right? There's a lot of legendary artists that came up from there, man. I'm talking like yourself, Prozac, Chunk, Totally Insane. I know Scoot was in Totally Insane, but
Yep.
you know, the Hood Stars.
Yep.
You know, I remember seeing O2's video on 106 in Park.
Yep.
O2, shout out O2 the
Yep.
bad guy. And you double. I mean, I might be missing a few, man. Don't get mad at me, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just mentioning the names that pop up right off the bat. And so, just talk about how influential, man, EPA rap was. One, let's start with just that in itself. Like you growing up and just seeing that and even working alongside with some of them. Because as we're going to transition, you got some cuts with, you know, Chunk. You work with Prozac.
Yep.
And you work closely with both of them. But in general, man, like, in your opinion, growing up from EPA, man, how influential was EPA in the music game?
A lot of us from East Palo Alto, the natives, in particular, you know what I'm saying, the rappers, a lot of us feel like, because you right with everything that you said, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know about the hood, you know what I'm saying? But we do kind of feel like to some degree we get overlooked, you know what I'm saying? for whatever reason, we get our just due, but everybody feel like they get overlooked. You know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. But so because I'm saying that, so I put up this video right here. Uh, it's off. It's off my last solo album I put out called Diamond. It's called Favorite Rapper, and it's featuring my boy King Seidel. And so we was just paying homage to some of our influences and inspirations growing up, whether major rappers, but in particular, what one of Seidel's ideas was for the video was to, at the beginning of the video, to mention a lot of the legendary rappers from up out the city where we from, right? So I'm looking at it right here. So I'm gonna just go down and look because I don't want to.
And shout out King Seidel, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he's I know he's from East Mello, so maybe that's why. But like East Mello and EPA is the same shit,
right?
It's
the same.
Okay, for sure. So hey,
it's technically two different cities, but it's the same.
Well, that's why, like Seidel, trust me, I ain't forget about you, bro.
Yeah.
I just said it because you was East Mello, but hey, so if this same thing,
he always make it a point to represent East Menlo first, but he from East Palo Alto too. It's
for
like
sure.
East Menlo Park, East Palo Alto is the same thing.
Yeah, my bad, but I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
ahead. No, it's all good.
Yep.
But so I'm gonna name some artists. You know what I'm saying, from East Palo Alto. Totally Insane. Everybody know about Totally Insane. Totally Insane was legendary. Totally Insane. Al Capone from Totally Insane. $10 from Totally Insane. My big brother Chunk. You feel me? Rated X, you know what I'm saying, which is a group consisting of Cool Breeze and C-Funk, at the time C-Funk, a.k.a. Prozac, you know what I'm saying? But at first he was Captain Crunch, you know what I'm saying? Reese Cup, gotta mention Reese Cup, legendary female MC up out of East Palo Alto.
Okay.
Rest in peace, MC Kong. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta G, Fat Man, Ebony Black, Mac and AK, Mozilla, Cool Breeze, Sick and Sane, SIC, Doc Louie, Hood Stars. You know what I'm saying? Band-Aid and Scoot, Never Legal, Stack Cheese. Rest in peace, Stack Cheese. KOD, Dr. Shake. Young Life, MOG, Money Marv, Female Funk, Parts Unknown, Smooth
Flowers.
J, Partners in Crime, Macintosh, G-Boy, Sean T.
Oh yeah, can't forget Sean T.
Can't forget about the legendary Sean T.
That's my bad, bro. Sean T. Shit.
Producer of Mac
Dre.
Legendary, Feeling Myself.
Yep, and then obviously working with Mr. Fab or whatever. Man, no needs no introduction.
Stagmata, Roots from the Underground, The Youngin'. KS Rappers, you know what I'm saying? KS Rappers is the group that Reese Cup is, started. It was KS Rappers, my homie Quasar, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, you might have him on there, so I'm not even gonna say it.
But who's you gonna say?
I was gonna say Block Boys, right?
I can't forget about the Block Boys. I can't forget about but so okay, Okay, all right. KS Rappers, Daddy Coffee, So Busy, Tatum One, Blackjack Smoke, Alias Tone, and rest in peace to my big homie Black Mook. Okay, now definitely the Block Boys. You know what I'm saying?
I remember them on the MySpace days. They was doing numbers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with like when the Hood Stars were out and shit.
Law and Buff, right?
Yeah, Law and
definitely
Buff.
Law and Buff.
Ain't they doing some football coaching and shit too?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Law coach football now. Okay, Buff. Me and Buff started out in the same group. At the beginning, we was in a group called The Faculty. So The Faculty was me, Buff, R.I.P. my homie Jamal Harris, R.I.P. Dirty D, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Stoney, you know what I'm saying?
Peace, man.
Like Pop C. Pop C was up in there. My homie Jeff to the left, my homie Reg, Sledge Reg, you know what I'm saying? But me and Buffy started out in the same group, you know what I mean? The Faculty, you know what I'm saying? We was the producers of the group, so and then everybody branched off and started doing their own little thing. But the reason why the Block Boys wasn't on this list, it was and certain other artists, because see, the Block Boys is my era, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, you
so
talking about the OGs
yeah,
that were before y'all.
yeah,
I got you. Yeah,
so the thing with this list right here was to honor.
it was like they was in your rap draft
Yeah, yeah,
class. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because that's how I like to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this list was to
Yeah.
honor everybody that came before us.
Most
So it's no
definitely, man.
disrespect to the
Yeah,
Black Boys
so-
and nobody from my
No,
era
of course
or under
not.
my
My
era.
bad, my
but,
bad. I didn't
yeah.
even mean to. I just remember them off the top of my head, but I know
Yeah.
you had a whole list already. So you know what I mean. But yeah, no. That makes sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got drafted in the same class. But talk to me about your relationship, man, with Prozac and Chunk, man, because
So
you know what I'm saying. They legendary, bro. Like Prozac produces for. I mean, E40.
Prozac
right?
legendary.
Like, you know.
Prozac, right? Prozac.
And he's still dropping hits.
Yeah,
I think he dropped
still
some stuff
dropping
like
hits
that.
right
And
now.
it's slap.
Prozac is for right now. He produced
Short.
E40, Too Short, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all listening to this, y'all?
Sugar Free, all West Coast legends. You know what I'm saying? He got production on the Mount Westmore album. So Prozac produced my first single off my first album, Rap Skills, that got played on KMEL. You know what I'm saying? Spitfire. So
We Spitfire.
legendary. Spitfire featuring my big brother Nut. Nut actually the one that got the beat for me because he was the one that was actually working with Pro at the time. You know what I'm saying? So the album was already done. You know what I'm saying? And then he came with he was like, man, I got this beat from Prozac. You know what I mean? We should do this. You should throw this on the album. You know what I'm saying? And then that was the last song I did off that album, and that was the one that went the hardest. You know what I'm saying? That was the one that ended up playing on KMEL, Big Von and Chewy Gomez, Say My Name on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas in the hood. R&P my homie Jay. You feel me? From the job. I remember the next day after that shit got played on the radio. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Jay, I heard you on the radio last night, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. But so Prozac is definitely one of the pioneers of the hood and a big influence of mine. We got a dope relationship.
That's beautiful, man.
And then Chunk is like that's big bro right there. You know what I'm saying? Chunk is like
Nice.
we got so much music together. You know what I mean? We got so much music in the vaults. You know what I'm saying? But Chunk pulled me in. You know what I mean? And just
Took you under his wing.
Took me under his wing, bro. You know what I mean? And just
dope, bro.
showed me the ropes. You know what I mean? Showed me the do's and the don'ts and all that. You understand me? But yeah, definitely Chunk.
That's what's up, man.
Pro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see the relationship you have with them.
Yep.
But I also can't fail to recognize, like, during the 90s, man, they really had their run, man, where they went around BT or MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like, you talking about 650 artists, man, that, you know, you feel like there's
Prozac had a video on BT. He worked with Sugar Ray, the rock group Sugar Ray. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look up Sugar Ray. You know what I'm saying? The rock group Sugar Ray. He had a song with them that all used to get played on VH1 and MTV.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So the town definitely got history. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. You shine such light on the town, man. Now we gotta talk about Rap Skills, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if y'all know, man, but Rap Skills was one of the albums that when I met Jada, that was the album that he had out at the time. You know, I was a young adolescent, you know, learning music, learning the game. Just like Chunk kind of took you under his wing. You saw, like, I could tell, like, right off the bat we vibed because you could tell, like, that I had a hunger in me. You know what I'm saying? I knew you could see it in my eyes, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, that was one of the first albums that I was listening to nonstop. Like, I mean, We Spit Fire. Like, I'm so motherfucking cocky. Like, man, I still remember songs to this day, man.
Yeah.
From that album. And I remember how much that album, like, influenced me. Like, man, I see somebody right next to me doing it, and it sound legit, professional. Like, I'm damn near tapped in with somebody that, and you got all these connections. I'm like, man, like, I'm in the right place.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
When I listen to Rap Skills, I don't know, man. That's a very influential, inspirational album, I just want you to take the people through the process of what like influenced rap skills, man. Like, cause that was one of the albums I feel that got it all started for
No,
you.
it
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? And you just ran with it after. So we could
So
talk about all these other projects, but rap
yeah.
skills. Whew.
So okay, so bear with me on this one,
Oh, it's
right?
good. It's
So
good.
and first off, I want to say it because I see my homie, shout out Tim Lewis, Bay Area Block Report. Okay, Tim. Speaking of chunk and rap skills,
Yep.
Tim. Tim always had my back. Tim. Um. So first, Tim was Boss Hog Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And so when I first started rocking with Chunk, that's who Tim was, who was like managing Chunk. You know what I'm saying? So then Tim kind of like started managing me, and then Tim is the one that kind of like actually brought me into the industry. You know what I'm saying? We end up going to L.A. He introduced me. He introduced me to um, my early talent agent and manager. We ended up going out to L.A. performing for labels. You know what I'm saying? And then, no, so first we went to Sacramento, and then because we did so well in Sacramento, then we got sent to L.A. But I just wanted to say that because I noticed that Tim is right here, and he's telling me to tell him about certain things. But he said he told me to tell him how I got played on BT. But I'm gonna get to that because that's Bloodsport era. You know what I'm saying? But so rap skills, bro. Uh, Definitely rap skills is near and dear to my heart. It's my first album I ever put out.
100%.
You feel me? And so how rap skills started was like this. So we started recording. So I had the lab in the hood. You feel me? The whole hood used to come through. You know what I'm saying? This is when the whole hood was connected. All sides was connected. So I was in two groups at the time. The faculty, which was like all my homies from Menlo and Midtown, and then the G affiliates, which end up turning into GTA. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get to GTA in
Yeah.
a bit. You know what I'm saying?
So, which was all my G-Town partners. You know what I'm
G-Town
saying?
affiliates.
Where I grew up at, where I'm from, right? We was just recording hella music. You know what I'm saying? We was just recording hella music. After a while, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And not that my homies from the faculty and from the G affiliates didn't want to do it either. You know what I'm saying? But everybody kind of like just started going their separate ways. Kind of like in the streets just started to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the homies just got knee deep in the streets. I was into the music, so I started recording rap skills at the house in the gardens. You know what I'm saying? Once I got enough songs recorded, I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, I can't. I want to put a real album out. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, but I can't put it out because how we was doing it was like I had a little mic that was hanging over like the little light post right there. We would record like that. I had a CD burner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how like this was back in the day, bro. It wasn't no Pro Tools, wasn't no punching in. It wasn't no let me do that. Or, yeah, okay. It was let's
Damn.
do it over. But it was
Okay.
like if so we had to record the whole song all the way through. So like if it was 3 verses and one person had the first verse, one person had the second verse, one person had the third verse, you had to have your verse down.
Ready.
So if the first person on the first verse person and the second verse person had they shit down, but then the third verse person fucked up, we had to start. Everybody had to start all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, ain't that some bullshit?
So because I was recording on a CD burner, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And so like basically like CDRs, but then they had the CDRWs. Those is rewritables. CDRs wasn't you can't erase.
You
But
motherfuckers nowadays lucky.
man, y'all lucky as hell. You feel me? That's how we was doing it. But it was like the way we was doing it was like it wasn't like professional quality. So I was looking for a studio. I'm like, bro, I gotta record this in a real studio. That's how I found out about the Riker Center. Because my homie Theron, you know what I'm saying? And shout out my little brother Tommy Wang, man. He locked up right now. Free T Wayne, you know what I'm saying? His brother, Theron, TJ, you know what I mean? He had Salville Clothing at the time, you know what I'm saying? But he was going to Eastside College Prep, you know what I'm saying? And that's where Eastside was going to the Riker Center to train for PE. You know what I'm saying? And so once they went up there, then they realized they had the studio up there and all that. So once he knew I was trying to, I used to go to the West Block over there in Wisteria. He heard me because that's where he lived at, and then my homie Ramaj's house was right up the street. You know what I'm saying? Like basically like 2 doors down. So he heard me out there talking one day, like, man, I'm trying to find a lab so I can record this Rap Skills album. He was like, bro, where I go record at? I mean, where we go train at for Eastside for the basketball team, they got a recording studio up there. You should try to go, you know what I'm saying, go up there. So I did just that. I can't remember whether I went up there or I think I went up there. All I know is the person that they put me in touch with was John Jordan. Shout out John Jordan. You know what I'm saying? John Jordan was my engineer. He the one that taught me everything I know about Pro Tools. You feel me? And they put me in contact with John Jordan. And then I started recording my album. And then John Jordan put me in contact with Ramen Jamal.
Shout out motherfucking Ramen Jamal, man.
That's how I met Ramen
Redwood
Jamal.
City legend, man.
Redwood City legend. Straight up. You feel me? So that's how I
Redwood KRS-One.
Man, come on, man. Word. Word.
Oh,
you feel me?
Yeah.
So and that's how I met Ramen. So
Word.
how they had it set up there. Okay. So I'm glad I got this up right here, bro, because Tim is reminding me, bro, of some shit. So basically, bro, another thing about Rap Skills that's important is that, bro, when I first started making beats, I was making beats on a motherfucking PlayStation. The game was called MTV Music Generator. This shit was so legendary, bro. The whole hood, everybody was like, bro, this nigga making beats off a PlayStation. You feel me? So like I was making beats, and I found out about this game. Through RP, my nigga Miles that I was talking about earlier. Me and my homie Miles and Kevin Fobbs. My first rap group, we had a song called Money Language. We had a talent show at Foothill College, but we only had the beat on a cassette tape. They needed it on a CD. So we had to go to the producer, we had to go to the producer of the song to get the beat on CD so we could bring it to the talent show. Once we go to Bruh House, he stayed in Hayward. Once we go to Bruh House to go get the beat, we walk in. I see this nigga sitting on his bed, and this is a PlayStation 1. This is PlayStation 1 days. This nigga got a controller in his hand. I'm like, what this nigga doing with the controller? You know what I'm saying? This nigga had the beat on it. So I'm like, bro, this nigga made the beat on a PlayStation? You feel me? So that's how I found out about the MTV Music Generator. Nigga, that next week, I went to go buy that shit out of Best Buy. I bought that shit, immediately went to work. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all go listen to the Rap Skills album, the majority of all those beats, because I produced almost the whole album. So Prozac did a beat, you know what I'm saying? And then one of my partners, my partner Nate, he go by the King Beats. He produced like 1 or 2 tracks, but I think I had like 18 or 19 tracks on there. Like 15 of them is produced by me. All them, except for there was one beat, it was one song called Cocky. You know what I'm saying? Featuring
I fuck with that.
Yeah. I'm so motherfucking cocky. That hook was done by, shout out my nigga Dino. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't want me to say this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it anyway. I don't give a damn.
That shit. Dungee Podcast, we let them demons out. I'm just kidding.
Dino is the founder of Hyphy Culture. That's my boy Dino.
And did he keep it disguised the whole time? Like he didn't want people to know like who it was? Because it reminded me of somebody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to mention his name either, but someone that just wants to keep it discreet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing about it was, I mean, he don't mind. He just don't go like broadcasting and bragging that's his page.
That's
you
dope.
know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Cause shit. My nigga,
that page is big now.
It's huge.
It's huge.
You know
so he
saying?
started Hyphy Culture, huh?
And he started Hyphy Culture.
Shit.
He always been good with the. But at this time during my Rap Skills days, he was rapping. Then eventually he transitioned, and he Dino was gonna come back into this story once we start talking about B-Jada Dave Bush, because that's what he.
Oh yeah, we gonna get into that.
That's
but
where. Yeah.
but the crazy thing is this: like you talk about making beats on a PlayStation, which leads me to my next question. How much of the marketing and shit has changed since then, bro? Since rap skills, like. Cause I remember with my album too, bro. I'd pass out flyers. We'd be out the trunk with it. It's crazy to say that like you came up from that like PlayStation era making beats with the MTV game, and now MTV. Well, I think the channel's gone, but they still MTV's still gonna be a thing. But the channel gone. But that's crazy. But anyways, like so my whole thing about that is, man, like it's crazy to think now, right? That now it's like AI and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That'll make you a beat easily, man.
Yeah.
So, man, bro, like, how much like have you seen like, or how are you receiving that transition, bro? Of like thinking about when Rap Skills was out and how you used to promote it back then, right?
Yeah.
To transition now, and seeing how promotion is nowadays, bro.
So
it's crazy, right?
So okay, so I got caught right in the middle. So basically, when I put out Rap Skills, right, that was like kind of like the end of the era for like out the trunk kind of shit. So the reason why I say that is because when I put out the album, when I finally put out the album, once it was done, I went to go get CDs pressed up. You know what I'm saying? So that's another key element of the Rap Skills story, is because I went and got CDs pressed up, and I would hit all the malls in the Bay. First, I started out in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I sold my CDs in the hood. Everybody was grabbing it up. You know what I'm saying? And then once I felt like I had enough music circulating around East Palo Alto, then I started to spread out. I hit every mall in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And the song I would always play. So my approach was like this. My approach when I got into the malls, I would approach somebody and I would say, "Yo, you know, I would have the Walkman with me. You know what I'm saying? With the CD right there, I would be like, yo, can I get 10 seconds of your time to let you hear something?" I wouldn't even ask them to buy nothing. I would just say. So a lot of times I would get, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Then other times I would get, "Oh, no, I ain't trying to buy that." If somebody say I'm not trying to buy that, I'd be like, "Bro, I ain't even asked you to buy that. I just asked you to, you know what I'm saying, lend me your ear." Sometimes they'll still be like, "Nah." Other times they'll be like, "All right." So then the first song I would play with my first single, you know what I'm saying, which was Spit Fire. Bro, I kid you not, bro. If I had $1 for every time I played Spit Fire and somebody was like, "This you?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "Damn, bro, this you right here." I'm like, "Yeah, bro." It so much to the point to where a lot of times, bro, people didn't believe that whoever made this song was standing right there in front of them.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like when I heard that,
Yeah.
You kind of like
Yeah.
you get this a lot, but you do sound like Andre. You sound
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Andre.
I got
3K
that
on
back in the day.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so for me, I was like, damn, like your cadence, everything, like, cause you know a lot of times like the way someone speaks, you can kind of be like, "Oh yeah, it sound like him."
Yeah.
But like you was rapping like where it was like you was in your zone.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Maybe you was playing with your voice or whatever.
Yeah.
But it didn't necessarily sound exactly like you. So I remember
yeah.
when I listened to it the first time.
Yeah.
As well, I thought the same thing. I was like, I think I said that too. I was like, "Bro, this you for real?"
Yeah. So
I was like, "Damn."
to the point, bro. To the point to where some people was really like, "Bro, this not you." I had to actually show them the tattoo on my arm that said B-Jada, because they didn't believe that it was me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that off of what you said, how you said about. So back then, that's like.
Yeah, like just the marketing side of it. Like
I was straight hand to hand with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then so what happened was so right after that, then the mixtape era started. You know what I'm saying? And so the mixtape era kind of coincided with the internet, with, you know what I mean, with the free mixtape era and all that, and then it transitioned to like we had the MySpace and then the Facebooks and then
Of course. Then
Instagrams and then
everything
all
just trickled
that. You know what I
down.
mean? And then now we got the streaming
Everything.
platforms and all that. So I mean, it had changed. It had changed a
Shit,
lot to the
son.
point to where now people don't like buy music like that no more. They
They
don't
don't.
buy the
They,
album. They'll just stream
yeah,
it.
they'll just stream it. Yep.
So the major labels had to
Adjust.
reconstruct. They had to adjust and reconstruct. So now like a certain amount of plays will equal out to record sales. You know what I'm saying?
I
Or
think it's
whatever.
something like a million is like 4,500 or something.
Something.
Like on Spotify.
Yeah.
Shit. Don't quote me. I'm just throwing off the top. I could be wrong, so I'm just giving y'all a rough estimate. But yeah, man, like that's crazy, huh? How it went from album sales.
Yeah.
And like nowadays, like even like a good album sells like what 300,000 now. Like
Yeah.
like that's like solid
Bro.
when people like 50 Cent used to go.
And
Like,
that's I put my
a
that
million.
Rap Skills came out in 2003. So that was the same year where 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out. So that's around that Eminem 50 Cent era.
And that's when they were like
them niggas was doing a
10
million a year.
million.
Yeah, them niggas
like,
doing a
like
million
Nelly
in the
went-
first week.
Yep. And then so Get Rich or Die Trying went
Yeah.
diamond. Nelly went diamond.
Nelly went diamond.
Like
You know what I
insane,
mean?
right?
Damn near every time Eminem dropped, he was doing a million
yeah,
in the
he was
first
doing
week.
numbers like
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's when those artists get respected like that because of the numbers that like they was
At that
really
time.
like you actually really had to go to the store and go buy the shit. It wasn't no we finna just stream it online. Nah,
Nope.
if you wanted to, if you
got the
want
physical copy.
bruh, if you wanted that Eminem, if you wanted that Get Rich or Die Trying, you had to actually go to the store and go buy this shit. You feel
Yep.
me? So it didn't change a lot, but I mean,
It is what it is. We
it is
adapt,
what it
right?
is.
We
Yeah,
adapt.
we adapt. You know what I'm
we
saying? I
adapt.
ain't mad at it. It just is what it is.
we-
However, I just want the people to still listen to the music. However they consume it, you know what I mean? I'm not really tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, man. Let's transition now to GTA, bro.
Mm-hmm.
G-Town affiliates, man. Which consists of you and shout out my boy NU Double, man. Man, great soul right there.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my guy, man. He's also big, bro, to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Shit. I just remember when I dropped a certain song, I think it was like Paramedics or something, man. He was like, I don't know, man. Like, it always feels good when somebody goes out of their way that you used to look up to and shows you love, man. So, NU Double and yourself
Yeah.
have, anytime y'all tell me, man, something slap, I'm like, man, like, I was always like a fan of y'all, man.
Right.
And I was younger than y'all, so
Yeah.
I was seeing the way y'all was moving,
Mhm.
you know. And
Mm-hmm.
remember y'all used to do shows in San Jose. What was that spot called?
Tunes.
Bro.
Tunes.
Which is not. It's probably called something else now.
Yeah, it's something else now.
But I remember that era, man. Like when I was like young, and you know what I'm saying, y'all was
That
like
was the era.
21 era,
Yep.
and y'all were doing your thing.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever dropped it, but like the paperwork project.
So nah, bro. I was on the phone with that fool the other day, yesterday actually, and we was talking about that.
that
bro.
shit was legendary.
Listen.
But anyways, let's just talk about GTA to begin
So-
with, though. You know what I'm saying?
GTA. Okay, so GTA started as the Garden Town affiliates. You know what I'm saying? The Gardens is a set in East Palo Alto. So East Palo Alto is split up into 4 sets, and then East Menlo is the 5th set. You know what I'm saying? But in East Palo Alto, you got the Gardens, you got the Village. You know what I'm saying? You got the Flutta, and then you got the Mid. So the section where we from is the Gardens. So GTA started out as the Garden Town affiliate. So the original members was myself, my homie Ramaj, my homie Velsky, my homie Lawrence, my homie Tommy Wayne, and my homie Freddie Kidd, right? And then it got expanded to Miles, rest in peace, Jay Juka, who was Miles' older brother, and the last member was Nut, okay? And then so once I started going to the Rikers Center, it just ended up getting, like I said, everybody just kind of like started doing their things, and the last members to just continue on the name was just me and Nut. So that's how it ended up just being just us two. You know what I'm saying? And so it ended up going from G-Town affiliates to GTA. After I did Rap Skills, I immediately went into doing like the GTA movement. You know what I'm saying? And then so we started recording our album, the Paperwork Project, and then as we was recording, you know what I'm saying? We was just performing everywhere, bro. I'm talking about all them clubs in San Jose, from everywhere from San Jose to Frisco. We was always performing damn near every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And then at that time, so shit, we was trying to get a record deal. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to get a record deal. You know what I'm saying? So shit, we was just performing.
Shopping around.
Yeah, we was shopping around, performing everywhere, just trying to get our name out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how it started. You know what I'm saying? And the Paperwork Project, the album never officially came out. We did end up putting out a mixtape, you know what I'm saying, with some of the I don't want to say throwaway songs from there, but some of the songs from there from the Paperwork Project. But like I said, I was just talking to Nut the other day. We still gonna put the album out.
Man, I was about to say, like, if there's one thing I can get out of this,
Yeah.
especially with the, you know what I'm saying, all the viewers watching right now, all the YouTube live people watching right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, the exclusive shit we doing today. I think you gotta drop that, bro.
We still
the
gonna put it out.
Paperwork Project. Is,
Pillow Talk, you know what I'm saying?
bro, I was about to just say Pillow Talk.
Come on.
I had that, like, I was listening to that regularly.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So I know,
And that's when MySpace started popping off. So we had the MySpace page popping. So that's where everybody was hearing a lot of those songs at on MySpace.
So man, Pillow Talk, and there's so many others. The Poke Exam.
Poke Exam. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and this is just right off the top of my head, man. But I remember
the one
y'all
we had
had
with
the whole-
Ramen, So Fine.
So
the little
Fine,
jazzy, the little jazzy little one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. So, yeah. So, the Dungee podcast, man, wants you to do us a favor and drop that Paperwork Project, because it's still gonna be a classic regardless.
Say
You know what I'm
less.
saying?
Say
And-
less.
And so, get that out there for the people, man. So, but shout out NU Double.
Shout out Nut.
Shout out to G Town, man. That G Market, man. You know what I'm saying? It's legendary. Everybody in the town knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Redwood native, but I got mad love for the town. But when I pull up to the G Market, man, I already know it's love.
We brother cities, man.
Yeah.
East Palo Alto
Yeah.
and Redwood Cities is. I've been coming to Redwood City my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was a kid.
And I know y'all come out here for the El Griense. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I know y'all like that.
I know y'all had the tacos.
I know y'all like that better than Tres Amigos, man. I'm
Man.
just saying.
Man, I just had a.
Or should I say Tres Amigos, man?
Man, I remember being a kid, bro. My mom, my auntie, and my cousin, we used to always go right there to. So man, shit just ain't the same. Everything ain't the same. I remember it was the Sizzler right there, right across the street from the Kaiser.
Bro,
The Sizzler was gone, and then it was a Foot Locker right there.
Gone.
We used to always come to that Foot Locker. You know what I'm
Kmart,
saying? Kmart.
right across. Gone.
Kmart. Bro, I just seen Saito say this on Facebook the other day, and it's facts. Kmart was Walmart before Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like that Kmart that was right there in Redwood City, that was the Walmart before, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, you know
I guess you had to do a deal with McDonald's instead of Little Caesars, because you feel me, like Walmart always had McDonald's on the side.
Yeah.
And then I
You go in that
remember
Kmart,
used
they
to
had
have
Little Caesars. Yep.
But you know, I guess like Little Caesars didn't have enough pull for it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Let's transition now, man, to Geek Squad, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Geek Squad, man. Like that whole brand, man. You got merch on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, talk to us about Geek Squad, man.
So
and that
Geek
whole
Squad-
stuff behind that, you know what I'm saying?
So Geek Squad started out as Money Music Entertainment. You know what I mean? Money Music Entertainment / Money Music Empire. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
We just changed the name. And
Okay,
shout out my little brother Ant. You know what I'm saying? Prophecy. You know what I'm saying? He kind of helped with the transition of the name. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Shout out my boy Ant.
Yeah. But so Geek Squad started out as Money Music Entertainment. But I wanted to change the name because the thing is, this what happened. So just like how you were saying on Rap Skills, how, you know, sounding like Andre 3000, this and that. If you go listen to Rap Skills, if you listen to my voice on there, it's totally different. And this all happened just off of the growth. It wasn't nothing like I was like, I'm finna change the style of my voice or whatever. It's a classic album, you know what I'm saying? It's a legendary album, but I was still finding my voice. I was still finding my sound. That wasn't my ultimate voice. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that actually helped with that is, like I said, shout out to Tim Lewis, Boss Hog Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Bay Area Block Report. When we went to LA to go, so I had rap skills out. You know what I'm saying? And we went to LA to go shop for a deal. So when we got in front of the labels, they main thing was like, because all we know when we was recording was we do a main track, then we do a double, and then shit we do a triple. And shit we might even do a fourth. You know what I'm saying? So, but once I got
like doubling the whole verse.
Yeah,
like, and tripling, layers.
Yeah,
and shit.
just
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But once I got in front of the labels, they told me, they said, and this is something that I learned. I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? They was like, I remember one particular label saying, it was like, we want to hear your voice. You know what I mean? Like, it sound like it's too much shit going on. It's too, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can hear you. But, so, and when they said that, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? And then, if you go listen to a lot of the GTA stuff, which was basically that next year, you know what I mean? Rap Skills was 03, and then we started working on the GTA shit in 04. Like, so that very next year, I stopped doing doubles. I didn't, from that point on, I didn't do no more doubles. You know what I'm saying? I may do some ad libs, but one of the things that when I would go back and listen to songs on the radio, and one particular rapper that really opened my eyes to it was Nas. And I listened to Nas, bro. Nas didn't have, it was just one track. It was just one. It wasn't no dubs, wasn't no triples, you know what I mean? Wasn't no ad libs, it was just one. And I was like, okay, yeah, they right. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, I wasn't doing no doubles and nothing like that. So the transition was from like doubling and tripling tracks and all that to just doing, you know what I'm saying, just one main vocal and that's it. Maybe an ad lib and that's it. But I was transitioning from like a certain style like to another, just gradually, not like nothing purposely, but I was transitioning because my thing was I wanted to reach like the heights, like the heights of the top. You know what I'm saying? So Money Music Entertainment, I was kind of like, that shit sound like too. After a while, I was like, man, that shit sound too like generic is not the right word. Like too like ghetto-ish or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like Money Music Entertainment sound like too plain. So I wanted a different name. You know what I'm saying, for the label. And then so enter Geek Squad Music Group. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we transitioned from Money Music to Geek Squad.
That's what's up, bro. And you know, we also RDV though. You know what I'm saying? Rendezvous Music, man.
Rendezvous Records.
Shout
Straight
out
up.
D. LeBrie, Ramen Jamal. Mm-hmm. Shout out Big Murph, aka Bennett Rodno.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We like, I always say like we the Bay Area Wu-Tang of it.
On my mama.
And they could feel how they want to feel.
On my mama.
But I mean, the way we rap our ass off, man, is y'all got to check the stats, man.
Rendezvous Records, man.
Rendezvous Records is very legendary, man. So,
B-Jada, Spitta, D. LeBrie is the founder. Shamako Noble, Ramen Jamal.
Man, shout out
Kiana Bean. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know this, man, but
what's the name in them?
Kiana and Bean. Yeah. Yep. Shady. Rest in peace, my brother Kato, man.
Kato. R.I.P.
Rest
Kato.
in peace, Kato.
We cannot forget Kato. R.I.P. Kato.
Never. Hey, Kato, you still in our hearts, man.
And
we
then
ain't never forget that,
never,
man.
Ever.
Rest in peace, Kato.
Never.
Man.
RDV. And then also, what's our boys over there? They still got it going. They the three-headed monsters right now. Up out of San Ho. YDMC.
Oh man, how could we forget YDMC, Madman, Three-Headed Dragon.
Yep.
Three-Headed Dragon.
Yeah.
And Max Steez.
Yep.
Hey, shout out.
Yep.
YDMC.
Yep. Yep.
Max Steez and Madman. I gotta get all of them in here too.
Yeah.
You know, by the way. So just know, man. But that's the RDV family. Just so y'all know, it's a family that we built. Just because like we had mutual friends, but like we would put shows together. We used to do shows at Bobby D's in Rebel City, the Rock the Mic shows. Shout out YD. He used to pull that all through, man. But when it comes to like everybody got different styles, and I'm not
Yeah.
knocking it. You know, you might be melodic, you might be whatever, but when it comes to like that hip hop,
Yeah.
rap, man, like we used to really cipher, man, like, and we still do to this
still
day. Don't
do.
even get it twisted.
We still do.
But I just wanted to shine a light on RDV, man, because
Yeah, no doubt.
that's what
That's a part of the
part
family.
this, man.
That's the part of the extended family.
You know
We
what I'm
all
saying?
got our own little crews and shit, but then we all got a big crew too.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Like I consider y'all like my hip hop family.
Right.
You feel me? Like we just family oriented and then and shout out Shamako Noble, man. For those of you who don't know, man, like Shamako Noble
Legendary.
is the main reason why I rap, man. I'll never forget that phone call, man.
Shamako legendary.
He called me one day and told me, man, I think you love this shit.
Yeah.
And I think you need to come more often than just to come for whatever you're coming for.
Yeah.
And that shit just changed my life, man. So I know you're out there watching, and I need to get your ass up in here too,
Yeah,
Shamako Noble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, man, like if it wasn't for you, for Ramen Jamal, and Shamako, man, I wouldn't be rapping.
Straight up.
And I wouldn't be
Facts.
doing half the shit that I'm doing, man. So
Facts.
that's 100%, man. Love for y'all. So Jada, man, I want to talk about your crazy body of work in general, man. I mean, you got El Negro, Rap Skills, Young Legend OG, September 28th, Bloodsport 2.0, King James, Diamond. Man, like, so
mad work, man.
what would you say, man, is your personal favorite, man? Like from all the projects, man.
I don't know what's my personal favorite, right? But I will say, I mean, maybe this kind of answers the question, but I will say that my best, I have realized over the past couple years, my best body of work is Young Legend OG. Young Legend OG, I was in my bag, bro.
I was just listening to that before we did this interview, and I think I agree heavily.
And the mixtape that I put out before that to promote it, I mean, I went, which was YLOG Freestyles. You know what I'm saying? The Young Legend OG Freestyles. That's a that's a little project that I put out to promote.
I was just naming a few, but I want y'all to know I left out like about 8 of them. Bro, just saying.
Young that and so that era right there, that was 2016, 2017. I don't know what I was on, but I was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, so when it come to Geek Squad, right? So I gotta shout out Dave Bush because
oh yeah, man. Shout out Dave Bush, man.
In 2009, like so the transition from Money Music entertainment / Empire to Geek Squad came in like 08, 09. You know what I'm saying? So once I was let go at the Rikers and all that, that kind of like started that transition. You feel me? And then I got the lab over there, you know what I'm saying, in Foster City, you know what I'm saying, 317. And so to kick off the Geek Squad movement, me and Bush, you know what I'm saying, we had to we put out the Jada Bush experiment and the hypothesis, you know what I'm saying? But what was so legendary, and this was 2009, what was so legendary about that time right there was the music took us to New York. It took us to LA and New York, you know what I'm saying? To where we were supposed to go on BET 106 in Park. It didn't, it fell through and things didn't, it didn't end up happening, you know what I'm saying? But we still got a chance to go to New York and performed at this event called Blaze the Stage. It was an event put on by BET, you know what I mean? It was all like, and that started from,
I remember that.
Yeah, that started from a like a music conference that happened out here in Emeryville, where I mean you had MTV reps there, BET reps there, Jacka was there, Mr. Fab was there, Drew Down was there, and me and Bush end up performing. I'm talking about my nigga, we rocked that shit, bro. We had the whole joint, like, you know what I'm saying? And so
like a superstar already,
it was,
but you are though.
It was this, and this is where I met my homie that ended up introducing me to Flow. So at this event right here, I met a guy by the name of Van Drell, short for Van, or Van, short for Van Drell, my big homie. You know what I'm saying? And he seen us perform, and after, y'all know how I be at these networking events. You know what I mean? You be exchanging numbers, you talk to people and all that.
But it's all about networking.
Yeah. He was one of the dudes that really hit my line after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But me and Bush performed there. We had this song called "Take You Home." That shit was going crazy.
I remember that.
Yep. And so we performed that, and then I did the beat on there, and everybody would after the fact, everybody was like, "Man, we heard you did the beat," so everybody wanted to get my number because I did the beat and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was the one that hit my line, and then shit, he ended up hitting me. You know what I'm saying? He came through, and then we started building a relationship. And then I met his son, Lazy Genius. Shout out Lazy Genius. Lazy Genius is one of the ill, and that name Lazy Genius. That boy, hey, he real about that name. That boy a genius, but that boy lazy than a bitch. Yeah, it should be, cause this nigga, man, is one of the. This nigga
he's lazier than a bitch.
This nigga, in
a good way, though.
In a good way.
I know what you mean,
right?
Yeah.
Like, man,
he's super talented. But hey, this is where that whole line come from, though. Remember, hard work, always outbeat talent, right? Because he got the talent, but he don't put in the work, right? But if he did put in the work,
So
I remember listening to him. He was gassing. He reminded me of Wayne a little bit,
right? No, bro, he definitely, you know what I'm saying? He definitely had that, and it's not what it is. It's not that he didn't put in the work, because he did. It's just that he ain't really trip off of it like that. He wasn't like you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to rap, but he wasn't like
he was whatever about it. I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's just me rapping.
He was just naturally he was just naturally talented, bro. And when he first got into the lab, when he first got in the booth, bro, I was like, bro, this little nigga hard as fuck.
And
bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Jada, like when you used to record people, like you used to so it take a certain person to really catch your attention. He really got your attention, huh?
Bro.
Cause
Lazy was like, I was like, damn, this little nigga right here hard as fuck, bro, because he was saying some shit, like, you know what I mean? And then he had that, he from New Orleans.
So he got that New Orleans. And everybody love that accent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
So
he kind of got like that Wayne kind of like, you know what I mean?
You think about like the Baby, Kevin Gates, like them accents, like it works, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It works. Like in rap, it works. That type of accent works. So he had it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Me and Bush, we had a great run, bro, in 2009, and then we ended up going to LA, performing out there. Had a dope performance out there. Ended up meeting the nigga off his rockers now. What's the nigga name? Orlando
Bloom.
Nah, Orlando, the nigga, the actor.
Yeah, it's Orlando Bloom, right? The dude from That's So Raven or something.
Yeah, That's So Raven.
Yeah,
but his last his last name not Bloom. It's Brown. Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown.
There you go.
We ended up meeting Orlando Brown. Took flicks with him. This nigga seen us perform, bro. We performed. I forget what the name of the club was. Bro, this is one of the illest performances, bro. And I'm talking about, this is Hollywood. This is on Hollywood Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, bro, I wish we had video footage of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we fucking killed that shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had the whole club going fucking crazy to where it. So this nigga came up. So after we done performing, I'm in the back of the club. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to wifey. You know what I'm saying? And then this nigga come walking up to me. Bush was already talking to the nigga. This nigga walking up to me. He was like, "You know who I am?" And I look. I was like, ah. And then Bush was like, "This Orlando, what do you?" I was like, "Oh Brown. Shit." So then he was, he was giving that Hollywood spiel. Yeah, I want you to make my beats. I want him to write for me and this and that. He gave us his number. We called him the next day, and you know what I mean. One of his little representatives picked up the phone or whatever. We were supposed to link up in a studio or whatever. So it never ended up happening. We never ended up linking up with him in the studio. But just the experience, you know what I'm saying? We know we had
just a Hollywood.
We know we had a dope experience out there. And then that next week, we end up going to New York. You know what I'm saying? We ended up flying to New York. That right there was an experience in itself right there too, because I almost didn't make it out there because Bush. So we ended up getting plane tickets. And shout out, like I said, shout out my homie Dino, because he was our manager at the time. So he was behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, pulling the strings and you know what I'm saying, making a lot of moves for us to do this and do that. He was actually the one that was the reason why we ended up performing at the show in Emeryville that got us to go to New York, you know what I'm saying, to the little BET event. So Bush had a cousin that worked at the airport. He ended up selling us some buddy pass tickets to get to New York. Now at the time, we didn't know what buddy passes was. We thought we had tickets to get to New York. But you know what a buddy pass is?
No, I don't even know. Like, you get a +1 or something?
A buddy pass is basically a plane ticket where you not for sure to get on a plane. You only get on the plane if one of the
Original picture just doesn't make it.
don't show up.
Ah, there's a thing? I never knew about that shit.
So when we didn't know what that was. So once we got there, so our original plane that was supposed to leave was like early in the morning, like 6 in the morning. 2 people end up not showing up, right? But then at the last minute, one of them showed up. So I told Bush, I said, bro, go ahead, bro. I'm going to find my way out there. So I told Bush to go ahead. He jumped on the plane. I called his cousin back. I said, hey, bro, I need my money back, bro. I'm going to give you this. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to go buy a real ticket. I got to make it to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he ended up working out. You know what I mean? I ended up meeting him. You know what I mean? I went back to Foster City, met up with him, gave him the tickets back. I think we only paid like $200 for this. So he gave me the $200 back. So I took that $200 back, got with my mom. She ended up helping me find not a round trip, just a one-way ticket out. I didn't even know how I was gonna get back. You know what I mean? But I didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, I gotta get out there. I can't miss the opportunity. This BET. You feel me? So I ended up finding what's it called? A red eye. And I finding a red eye to out there. You know what I'm saying? And I got out there the Saturday morning of the day that we were supposed to perform. You know what I'm saying? And so Bush, and because Bush had a friend, a female friend. He wasn't fucking with her or nothing like that. It was just a female friend that he knew. She's from out here, but she was living in New York. So that's who we were supposed to be staying with when we got out there. So they ended up coming to pick me up from the airport. We went straight from the airport to the venue. And then we was just there all day. We ended up performing. Trillville was there. Trillville.
I know what it is, ho.
Man, we was chopping.
What's up?
We was out there smoking with Trillville. I was talking to him. I was chopping it up with him about Lil Jon. I was like, what's up with Lil Jon? He was like, man, Lil Jon, that nigga tripping, right? That nigga doing rock shit now, right? You know what I'm saying? Trillville was there, so we rocked that. So basically, Trillville was there. We chopped it up with them. We ended up performing. That was a good performance and all that. We did our thing, you know what I'm saying? And then so that was 2009. So that was like the beginning of Geek Squad. You know what I'm saying? Me and Bush was like the first entity that started out Geek Squad. And then so once we got back, and then we're supposed to go on BT 106 in Park, and we got the email, because when we was out there, it was this guy by the name of Pat Charles. He was the senior writer for BET's 106 in Park Wildin' Out Wednesdays. So basically meaning he's the creator of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we were supposed to be on. When we was in New York, he remembered us. He remembered our performance in the Bay Area at Emeryville. He was like, oh yeah, B-Jada, Dave Bush from Palo Alto, right? So he remembered
Palo
us.
Alto,
yeah,
like Devontae Adams.
Yeah. So he remembered us. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, we're gonna put you. So this was called Blazer Stage, BT's Blazer Stage Summer Invitational. This was in August. Yeah. So he was like, yeah, we're gonna put y'all on BT 106 in Park Wildin' Out Wednesdays. It's gonna be like in November, right? So then once we got back, right, we didn't hear from him, you know what I mean? I sent a couple emails, and then I finally got an email I still got the email. I finally got the email saying basically he wasn't going to put us on. And then in the email, he was like basically trying to tell us like, you know, too many of our young men is trying to rap now, and I'm like, you just said you was gonna put us on. Now, too many trying to rap. We need to do other shit and this and that. But whatever. So from that, my manager Dino, the hyphy culture, you know what I'm saying, creator. Niggas kind of got discouraged off that. So then, right after that, that's when I went into Bloodsport because then I remember Saito and all that. So you gotta remember, I went from GTA to the B-Jada Dave Bush shit, and then right after that, a lot of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, Saito, along with a lot, they was like, bro, it's time for you to do your own thing, bro. Solo shit now. So then that's when I went into Bloodsport, you know what I'm saying? And then so that's when everything really kicked in for Geek Squad. I got Lazy on there. Bree, and then once King James came, that's when the next year, 2011, that's when Low came in, Pat, Jazoom, you know what I'm saying? And then 2011, I started to go to the Art Institute. That's where I met Zelly Mac, you know what I'm saying? And Zelly Mac was like the last.
From Oakland,
yeah. Zelly Mac, shout out my nigga Zelly Mac from East Oakland, you feel me? He was like the last official member, you know what I'm saying, of Geek Squad. You was always a part of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just off of the strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm already knowing, man.
I remember what was it? No Excuses. I remember No Excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Was one of the projects that came out of 317 Studios, man. You was my engineer, and then I remember being on King James.
Yep. You on
Bloodsport 2.0.
You on Bloodsport too.
Yeah.
You on Bloodsport. You on King. You on El Negro.
It was always an honor to be. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you ask me to be on the track with you, I'm like, man, that's like Big Bro asking me to be on. I'm like, man, I always took that as an honor, man, because like I just knew you was a student of the game, and I knew that if you was a fan of my music, then that means I was doing something right. Just because I knew how much work and dedication and your sound was perfected, and of course, because you came up from legends, and I mean, we didn't even really get into this, but your musical influences, bro. Like I know you heavily on R&B and all that, so I think you like. I could safely say you know what a good sound is. Like when you hear someone that sounds good, like you're good at it.
Fact.
And if you don't mess with someone, like I don't mess with that.
Yeah.
But I always respected like your ear for music, bro, because that's also another talent. Like like some people are good at like making music, but maybe they don't know how to spot talent. But I feel like you were good at both.
Right.
So I knew that anytime like you gave me props on a song, or you heard me on something, I was like, man, that means I must be doing something right. So I always took that at heart, man. So I appreciate that, man. And it was a pleasure to be a part of those projects, man.
Likewise.
Which makes me to transition to the next song, man. So, I mean, not the next song. The next question is basically. So you got a lot of collaborations, man. Like with Lazy Genius, with Low, which is not Low, my boy Low, L.O. Dot. You know what I'm saying? So don't mix the two up. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to L.O. Dot. Lazy Genius, man. Shout out to him. Dave Bush, man. Shout out to Dave Bush too, man. Because Dave Bush he's a lyricist, man. Like and Lazy Genius, you are too, and all y'all are too.
Yeah.
But I remember I did a cut with Dave Bush. I didn't do nothing with L.O. Dot or Lazy Genius. But I remember, and then obviously the legendary King Saito.
Yep.
So man, what like inspired you, man, to just like do something with other artists as opposed to like going solo? You know what I'm saying?
Me and Saito, like we grew up together basically. You know what I'm saying? Like we from the same hood, East Palo Alto. Yeah. So it's like we didn't grow up like best friends like as kids, you know what I'm saying? But we always seen each other, you know what I'm saying, around the hood, you know what I mean? And then once we both started making music, then that's when we really became like super duper, like, you know what I mean? Saito was like my dude.
That's my El Salvadorian.
Yeah.
Half El Salvadorian because, he had black. But that was our connection with Saito was, I met him through you. But when I found out he was half El Salvadorian, I was like, yeah, bro, that papusa shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then, he was a producer and, he's heavily invested with the people in the city. Which, King Saito, man, I told you, man, you come into the Dungee podcast. Yeah. We going to work that out. We going to make it happen.
Saito was up under, Saito was signed to Be Legit right now.
Be Legit. Man, doing major numbers. Hey, shout out King Saito.
Yep.
I love to see it. It's inspirational, man. Someone humble as hell,
Yeah.
man. I know he come across like he better than that, but he not, man.
Yeah.
If you really meet him in person,
Yeah.
he's a great soul, man.
Yeah.
But
Nah, Saito.
but yeah, man. With
But yeah, me and Saito go back. You know what I mean. So our shit is like it's like that's family. You know what I'm saying. So
sure.
we gonna always, you know what I'm saying, collab. Uh, me and Low. So with Low, the thing it happened like this. So once I moved to Foster City, Low had his own kind of like little buzz going on. You know what I'm saying, just around the neighborhood, like, you know what I'm saying. And what drew me to Low and Pat was the fact that, for one, they was white boys. You know what I'm saying. It's something about being a white boy, but like knowing hip hop. It's like I don't know, like kind of like the Eminem. It's kind, but
Yep.
the thing, but see, so the thing was like they young, like they even younger than you. You know what I'm saying? But like their soul is like attached to like the old school
The
hip hop,
old school hip
the
hop.
boom bap hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Like
So
that cipher type of shit, like metamorphosis
Yeah.
and the offices and all but this.
That's what you know.
Yeah, I
People
know
like
what
to
you mean.
classify it as real hip hop.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
want
I
to
don't wanna
necessarily
hear that.
say real hip hop because
Yeah.
all hip hop is real
It's
hip hop. You know
man.
what I'm saying?
But I get what y'all mean.
They are more. They was more drawn to the the purity of, you know what I'm saying, that original boom bap sound. You know what I'm saying? So that's what drew me to them, because they were so young. You know what I mean? But that's the type of hip hop that they came up off of. You know what I'm saying? So me and Lo got two projects that we put out. The first one was called 8294. You know what I'm saying? And then the next one, our next one, it was called Pardon My Fresh. And Pardon My Fresh had artist by the name of Flo on there. So me and Flo, so my guy Van Drill, you know what I'm saying, is the one that introduced me to Flo. Because Van, basically, bro, he believed in me so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna link up with him next month around Thanksgiving. He in Texas now. You know what I'm saying? But Van believed in me so much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he told me, he was like, because he from New Orleans. He said, bro, he said, I called it. He said when Wayne was getting ready to take off, you feel me? He was like, I said, nigga, this nigga finna be. He said, nigga, you is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he told. He was like, nigga, it's something about you, bro. Like, you got that shit. So he always believed in me, to the point to where he linked me with a Young Money artist. You know what I'm saying? Guy by the name of Flo. Shout out Flo. Free Flo. He locked up right now. You know what I mean? A little unfortunate situation that happened a few years back. You know what I'm saying? But Flo YMCMB Flo. He's a Young Money artist. He owned like 2 or 3 of Wayne's mixtapes. I got 2 songs with him. The first song that we got is called Money. Shit went crazy, bro. So like that was my first time like collaborating with an artist that was like super known like that level. And like signed. And so when we put our song out, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the first time I really felt the real effects of putting a song out with somebody like that, and really having like seeing like the fans like gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying? So the first song we put out was called Money, but then the next song that's on me and Low album is called Trippy. So the first song we did, Money, we wasn't in the same studio together. The second song, Trippy, he came to my studio. He came to California. You know what I'm saying? And then we did the song at 317 Studios. You know what I'm saying? Once I put the song out, this is when SoundCloud is still out, but this is when SoundCloud was like popping.
Right.
Bro, put the song out, bro. I'm talking about, bro, within like 30 minutes to an hour, bro. That motherfucker had like 10,000 streams of views and shit. I was like, damn, this nigga really, because he had a big fan base. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. And the dope thing about that is I off those 2 songs that I got with him, I still get love off them. So I get motherfuckers that be hitting me up online like, is this the B-Jada that got the song with Flo? Like, they'll find my Instagram or find my Facebook or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be asking me if I'm like, yep, that, you know what I'm saying? This me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so me and Lo got a few projects that we put out. Me and Bush got a few projects. You know what I'm saying? Flo, you know what I'm saying? because he didn't have to do what he did, you know what I mean? So definitely salute to Flo, you know what I mean? He could have charged me, you know what I mean, and all that. He never charged me for no verses or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So my collaboration history is and even as an engineer, you know what I'm saying? Some artists I didn't collaborate with, but as an engineer they came to my studio, like Young Gully, you know what I'm saying? And then when you did the song with Jacka, you know what I mean? At the Riker Center, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I recorded
my
that.
My boy recorded that. He was engineering that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I mean, I think I remember City Sean. City Sean. I think he kind of popped in San Ho, right?
City Sean.
Yeah.
City Sean is also on a part of my fresh LP. You know what I'm saying?
And he built a buzz in San Ho.
He built a big buzz in San Jose. Shout out to City Sean. I met him through my partner Hesto. Okay. Shout out Hesto Denario from Houston, Texas, man. Hold up, my nigga Hesto, man. You feel me? I met Hesto through Lazy Genius and through Van. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man.
So it's just connections, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely,
but Hesto is from Houston, but when he came out and moved to San Jose, you know what I'm saying? And he linked up with City Sean. He was playing basketball at San Jose City College and all that. And so
that's what's up, bro.
That's how I met City Sean. City Sean came to the lab, blessed the, you know what I mean, blessed the song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dungee Podcast. Check out Snacks on Sports. He got his little sports channel going on. But other than that, Dungee Podcast, episode 6. We signing out, y'all. What's up, B-Jada?
Shout out to Dungee Podcast for having your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
A beautiful, monumentous, if that's even a word, occasion. And we'll be back for part 2. Y'all stay tuned.